Haven't used my Switch streaming setup in a while here, so I was a little bit like flying by the seat of my pants like, right, how does this shit happen again? Hopefully it's all still plugged in the right way. Okay. Press A to start. I would love to. So yeah, this game came out, I want to say 2001, maybe 2002 originally. But the big thing that I'm going to do, this dual stick standard control scheme that it's talking about is not the original control scheme. I'm actually going to just play it classic here, play with the controls based on the original Nintendo GameCube version. And I have a reason for that. I know a lot of people are going to be like, Neil, when this game came out, video games hadn't exactly settled, let's say, on a more or less standard control scheme for especially how maybe first-person games are going to play. If you go back to some older like PlayStation games too, Kingsfield, for example, a FromSoft game that nobody thinks about anymore, like they had weird controls with like the shoulder buttons doing your rotation and stuff like that. This game, we're just gonna play on normal. This game also had a somewhat unique control scheme for what it was doing. And because this game wasn't trying to be a first-person shooter, no matter what people tell you, it's not really what the game was trying to be back in the day. Oh, the identified distress beacon, here we go. Yes, derelict space vessel above Talon 4. This game wasn't trying to be a first-person shooter. It is a first-person game. Shooting happens in it. And I know this is like a semantic thing in a way, like there's a lot of similarities in what this game is doing with first-person shooters. But the like great big primary verb, or one of the big primary verbs, I should say, in this game is lock-on. First-person shooters generally are about, you know, learning how to aim and shoot. That's what makes them a first-person shooter and why the dual joystick thing is basically required for them. This game isn't that. This game isn't requiring you to aim in especially pressurized situations. I know that means the control scheme is a little weird or different, but the game is built around it and all that stuff. It's one of my favorite games of all time, despite that control scheme thing, so I'm gonna play it that way. Again here. Oh, it's my girl Samus. What up? Man, I do truly just love this game also. For a lot of reasons. Blast from the past. I mean, upgraded, obviously. But yeah, so generally speaking these days, you get your left stick is like strafing left and right instead of rotating like this. And then you move forward and back, right? And then the right stick is how you aim up, aim down, aim left, aim right, or rotate left, rotate right. This game is not built that way in the standard control scheme. Left stick is rotation and forward backwards. A little bit strange for today. And then you have a button to do aiming if you hold it down. But again, locking on is kind of the primary thing you do here. This is why this game, to me, was never a first-person shooter. Now I am doing the strafey thing, just like I would in a third-person action game, for example. And you do have to aim up to get kind of locked on these guys up here, which I'm gonna have to get used to. It's been a long time. Ooh, here's actually a weird one. So I've been playing games where the standard, up-downs, are not like a camera or a pitch. But this is an old enough game that, you know, forward is look down, back is look up, which is not the way we tend to play games now. So I'm actually going to reverse those, if I can remember how to get there. Hello, I need options, please. No, that's not what we're looking for. We need the y-axis inverted. Yes? Ah, there we go. Y-axis is normal. There we go. Okay. That makes more sense for how I play games now. And so the other reason why this game was has maybe a unique scheme is because of the scan visor stuff here, right? You'll notice the bottom left of the screen and honestly the bottom right when I have the combat visor on. The bottom left is like my visors here. The bottom right now you only have one hand shape. We're gonna get more weapons eventually. But being able to quickly change visor and weapon was kind of like the big thing. Or rather, an important thing. And I will admit, I am used to the standard way of controlling stuff these days. My brain is trying to do the look with left stick stuff, which is really interesting, given how long it's been. Boop, boop, boo. It's scannable. Hey. Deck Alpha, emergency evacuation area. So this was one of the things that was like so cool about this game. Also, we get conditioned, yes. Reactor core and propulsion, environment normal. So, there's a lot of talk, I will say these days, about environmental storytelling, which this game definitely has a bit of, to say the least. One of the reasons this was like my favorite game, one of my 2 favorite games of all time, is because the environmental storytelling and like attention to detail in this game is frankly incredible. And it's kind of augmented. One of the things about this game, obviously, like, hey, look, this is a door, whatever. One of the things about this game is, hey, little guy. Hey, little guys. Running around. One of the things about this game is it was made long enough ago that, for example, in this room, where everything's, you know, we can see some kind of large thing broke out. Everything's on fire. You still got that in the old game, but the fidelity was much less, as I'm sure you can guess. Any other little guys around here? Oh. But they kind of augmented the fidelity with this visor system and the scanning and everything. So, like, you know, we got a fucking dead dude right here. Tell me a little more about him. And I found this stuff so fucking cool. Like, yes, that's a dead space pirate right there. What was the cause of death? Severing of the spinal cord. You get a kind of in-universe augment of storytelling, and it means that you have an amount of you don't have to pay attention to this. Like, this is a game about isolation, about you know, being alone on this planet and fighting your way through it to do what you do. And in some ways, discovering shit on this planet. Incredibly large muscular structure. Sorry, I got kind of distracted. Oh, more dead dudes. Severe flame damage. Ooh. Tell me about this morphology. Unknown, high levels of radiation. Sick. Anyway. This was all stuff that I just found super cool and interesting. Escape pod's already gone. Like, being able to see all this shit in this area, there's something super cool about it to me, because you get an in-universe way of not just the environmental storytelling saying like, yo, look, explosions and shit happened here, but here's a lot more detail than the naked eye could give you. And it's just really fucking cool. The game uses this as... Oh, that guy's still fucking alive. The game uses this to do a lot in this game. When we're later in the game and we're like running around on the planet, like you can learn all kinds of shit about what is happening on that planet and what the story of this game is through reading these like computer logs and shit that you scan. Or you can just go. And it's not gonna punish you for not engaging with this stuff, you know? Gross. Hey, buddy. You're actually shooting at me? I want to scan you first. Controls are silly. I haven't played a game like this in forever. Weak life signs. Okay, so if you scan him before he, like, fully wakes up. He was kind of moving. I feel like he maybe wasn't as moving in the original, and scanning him and being like, oh, life signs detected was kind of a little less obvious. That's fine. Anyway, I fucking love this game. Let's go. Okay, that's a missile. That's a morph ball. There we go. Oh, it's asking me to charge. Alright, fair. Gonna have to get used to my buttons. Hey there, visor flash showing me my eyeballs. Anyway, from what I understand, this game is more or less exactly how it was back in the day. I'm not expecting any particularly interesting modifications to the game. I think it was basically just a graphical overhaul. Oh, here's the other thing. This map is so much better as a 3D map than so many other, like, even modern games give you. And it's frankly wild that modern games using even similar maps don't give you, like, anything useful in the way that this one does. The fact that it's fully structured out and you can, like, understand a space with it. Very useful. Sure thing. I would love to use this elevator. But first, what's in here? Oh, that was the way back. Ah! Camera just rotated around. I got confused. Yeah, that's fine. It's a hell of a graphical treatment, considering what this game once was, you know? Specimen containment breach. Uh-oh. Way better than having to click different level and then you lose track of where you're looking at. Yeah. There's still some, like, silly stuff about the map, which I bet we can't see yet. Let's... If I open up the map again, here we go. Can I... No, I don't have a way to do that. So, later in the game, when we're, like, on the planet, it doesn't do a great job of showing you how places connect together. Which I will admit, but also, like, you know, old game. I get it. Transference of Phazon batch. The fuck's a Phazon batch? Hey, buddy. Severe internal damage detected. Oof. My man's. Both legs broken. Oof. Guys got messed up. Excuse me, space pirates. Oh, I guess I'll ease your suffering. They definitely did some stuff to make this look good. Like, obviously I have a little bit of nostalgia for the way an older game looks, but like this guy didn't look like it was necessarily in fluid other than just having like a bluish or greenish tint. Whereas now, like, I can, you know, walk away from it and it looks harder to see because it's got like a goop in there or something. It's neat. For mutation, carcass of the larva becomes rigid. Parasite. A. Fluid sacs. Oh boy. Combat mutation. A. Sick. How are these space pirates doing? Could I scan that guy? I could have. Oh no, that's a wall thing. Darn. Oh no! Specimen B's Phazon was rejected. Well, not all of them are succeeding in getting Phazon mutated, huh? Low life signs. Yeah, I don't know. There's something real good about... Ooh, ballistic support needed. Something real good about just the... Oh. Gun, please. There we go.
Recording to logbook.
Thank you for recording to logbook. Like, turn it off button somewhere. Guess I can just shoot it. Like, this right here is why this game is not a first-person shooter to me. I'm not popping out and aiming. I locked on, and then I can just do what I need to do. Probably should have shot a missile at it. I bet that would have worked better. Anyway. Yes, all of this stuff here. I remember the first time I played this game and like just this first section here. All these weird tiny details about phase-on infusion.
Recording to logbook.
Thank you. The red ones are obviously the only ones that are like logged because they're important. Quote unquote important. Zeebs has fallen. All ground personnel presumed dead. Either killed by the hunter clad in metal or the subsequent destruction of the underground facility. Research frigates Orpheon, Syracuse, and Volparagom were in orbit at 0 hour and managed to retreat. So Zeebs, for those who don't know, is the planet like Metroid and Super Metroid, I think, take place on. I believe this game is supposed to take place after Super Metroid, but before, what is it, Metroid Fusion? Anyway. Metroids are healthy. Oh no, they got Metroids off the planet. And I'm, of course, the hunter clad in metal. Thank you for disabling the auto turret. Phase-on infusion stage 4. Yeah, that thing's looking pretty big. Horribly mutated. Also probably dead. Cell structure failing. Seems bad. Hey, little guy. Well, something's alive in this one, huh? Ah. Like, really moody music, I think, does a lot to sell the intro here, too. Everything is just kind of messed up, and you can tell. But, like, kind of creepier here after whatever primary thing went wrong. Buddy, you just need to not for me.
Recording to logbook.
The energy or health pickups are definitely different than I recall. I feel like I remember them just looking like little blue balls of light. Oh, buddy. War Wasp. My man. Brain hemorrhage. Oh, God. My man. I'm sorry. Surprised you were fucking walking around like that, though. God damn. Plated parasite larva. A zoomer! That guy don't got much brain hemorrhage, I guess, considering how much damage he took. There's a lot of Mostly dead space pirates here. A lot of mutagen tanks. Oh, that thing looks creepy, doesn't it? Bunch of spiky arms. Don't like the way you look, sir. Acid burns have welded the joints of the exoskeleton. Gross. I'm back on. I'm scanning you. Ventilation may become superheated. Bad things happening in the ventilation system. Okay. Entrance to cargo freight lift. I'm sorry, auto turret. Ooh, what happened to this guy's digestive system? Severe lacerations to the abdomen. Ah. Whoa, excuse me, bud. Removal of internal organs. All these deaths. Some of them very brutal sounding. Please insert metallic sphere to open door. You know, space pirates, if you didn't have just random metallic spheres needed to open stuff, maybe Samus would have a harder time breaking into all your shit. Oh. Oh, mistakes were made. Ah, yes. Charge beam can be used to pick stuff up. Thank you. Acid burns to face. Cranial trauma. Oof. Struggled to get through the door, huh? Sorry, bud. I would love to save. Thank you, game. Anyway, yes. Another reason why this game is maybe one of my favorites is definitely place and time. There was a lot of big franchises that needed to make the jump from 2D to 3D. And you know, Mario 64 is always going to be praised as a great one of those. It contains a heat signature. Ooh, recently dead. People will have plenty of things to say about Sonic, which I can admit, Sonic did not transfer to 3D as cleanly and as nicely as maybe some other franchises did. Even Mario went a pretty different route from what the old Mario games were. Hi, Parasite Queen. Parasite Queen! Genetically enhanced... Oh, by Phazon! We just don't know what Phazon is yet. Weak spot's been detected in his mouth. Thank you. Bone mutagen. Good to know. Bang, 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 bang. Anyway, Sonic maybe didn't get the best transfer. I've actually, one of the things that made me so happy about Sonic Frontiers last year was that it felt like they were finally doing more right by what Sonic was. Hey Willow, how's it going? Mario 64 was always really interesting because they took the platform. It did take them a very long time. There's good reason why, Rose Red, don't get me wrong. But
Evacuate immediately.
like Mario did the whole focus on platforming. I want to read some of this stuff. None of it? Okay. So Mario went with platforming, and when they did that, they really brought the focus into platforming, right? Mario 64 is an incredible game because they took a lot of what was going on in the old Mario games and said, jumping is our main verb. How do we make that... How do we make that more of a focus, expand on that, and then built these... Have I played the new Sonic game? I did. Sonic... Oh, you mean the murder one? I haven't yet. I plan to. Probably I'm not going to get to it on stream. But yes, Sega officially putting out the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. Very silly. Excuse me, Space Pirate. You are just in my way, bro. It's a good short thing. Nice. Oh, so many parasites. Leave me alone, parasites. Gotta get out of here. Oh my god, this entire station is infested. Oh, thank you for not hurting me, door explosion. Yes, 45 minutes into stream and I'm at the escape sequence. I spent a lot of time talking about stuff and like reading a bunch of the little logs and everything. Because I truly think it is such a fascinating and cool start to the game. They just nail the mood and everything so perfectly. And the remaster is great. Well, we're gonna see about that. I also talked a bunch at the beginning about why I'm playing with the original control scheme. I've gone the wrong way. Ooh. I don't think I have time. Ah! Boop, boop, boop. Anywho, Mario obviously got a good transition, and Metroid, this game right here was Metroid's first foray into 3D. And one of the things that was so exciting about that to me was it took so long, right? Sonic did it, Mario did it. We got tons of these platformers. Oh, which button? Not do the right button here. There we go. Thank you for turning off the turret. For you, the twin stick controls made it better. Well, that was one of the things I was talking about, is when this game was created, the twin stick shooter, first off, wasn't yet standardized. And they obviously made some different choices with how they wanted to go with it. But the lock-on is a huge solve to... We're making a game that the main verb isn't about aiming and shooting. Instead, they make a main verb being the lock-on, right? Boop, boop. We getting out of here. Oh, my poor big air conditioner shoulder pads are gone. But yes, they obviously made some choices in this game that were different control scheme-wise. A lot of games back in this era were doing weird stuff like that, though, so I'm kind of okay with that, you know? Arguably excited about that. Even with twin stick, the shooting, or the aiming is really important. Or the lock-on is really important. Yes. It's mostly for navigation outside of that, you like it. I understand that. I understand that. I'm giving the game the classic controls. In some part, I should say, because I kind of want to see if it holds up. It's a weird control scheme, I can admit. But anyway. This was the game where Metroid finally came to 3D, made the transition. And seeing how, in what ways they decided to do that is fascinating, right? Like they really did make some interesting choices, making it first off first person. Oh great, new extras unlocked. Thank you. I would love to save, thank you. But like I can still today remember the first time on a fucking GameCube I landed here on Talon 4, right? And you're looking around, And you fucking get raindrops on your visor, and it was like, what the fuck? This is like brand new in video games. They just did a whole heck of a lot. And it was frankly incredible back then.